Hello there, you're with NDTV. I'm Maha Siddiqui. The big story that's coming in right now is from Pakistan, where former Prime Minister Imran Khan has been arrested. And the arrest happened in the most dramatic manner from the Islamabad High Court premises, where the Rangers forcibly made their way inside to make that arrest of Imran Khan. Later on, escorting him out with an N number of Rangers surrounding him to the vehicle, finally taking him to Rawalpindi is what we understand. His party leaders have alleged that the Rangers entered the court and dragged him outside to arrest him. Imran Khan has been arrested in the Qadir Trust case, which concerns allegations that the Beria town allotted land worth 530 million rupees, that is Pakistani rupees, to Al Qadir Trust, owned by the PTI chairman, that's Imran Khan, and his wife. That's according to Dawn, as was reported by the Dawn. Now, Islamabad police meanwhile tweeted, adding that the situation is under control, is normal. A video showing a swarm of paramilitary personnel, Rangers, surrounding Imran Khan and whisking him away to a vehicle has now gone viral on social media. Those pictures that we were just showing you, this is the tweet of the Islamabad police saying that the situation remains normal, that at the moment there is no law and order or security situation. On the right hand side of your television screens, you can see in that circle the Imran Khan being escorted by the Rangers there, completely surrounding him and the vehicles there, and taking him in that vehicle to Rawalpindi. Imran Khan's party, that's the PTI, also shared the video alleging that he was badly pushed, is what they say. Dawn newspaper reported that Islamabad High Court Chief Justice Amir Farooq has directed the Islamabad Police Chief, the Interior Ministry Secretary and the Additional Attorney General to appear before it within 15 minutes. This, as they believe that this was undermining the authority of the court, with the Rangers having entered the court premises without permission. The Islamabad High Court CJ said that he was showing restraint and warned that he would summon the Prime Minister if the Islamabad Police Chief did not appear before the court. Now, meanwhile, this is the tweet that has been put out by Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif at the moment, after these allegations swirling around that this is a case of political vendetta and that Imran Khan was forcibly taken to a vehicle after his arrest. This is what has been tweeted. I have no doubt that white lies, misrepresentations, statements and vicious attacks on institutions are the introduction of your politics. Your attitude is like bending the judiciary to your whims, and the law does not apply to me. In my tweet about you, I wrote based on what has been proved by the concrete facts of the last few years. I ask you this counter question. After losing power, it has been your policy to defame the Pakistan Army as an institution again and again. Even before the Wazirabad incident, aren't you continuing to slander the army, intelligence agency and their leadership? Now, this directly comes in response to the allegations that have been made by Imran Khan, and which has actually precipitated this situation today, where he has been arrested in this dramatic manner by the Rangers. Imran Khan has now, over the weekend, in a rally, very pinpointedly made allegations against the army and senior ISI officials, saying that they had orchestrated the 2 assassination bids against him. In fact, while he took on directly the all-powerful army, this hadn't gone down well with the armed forces. The army putting out a rare statement saying that over the last 1 year, maligning the security forces, the armed forces, has been used as a political ploy by some, which of course alludes to Imran Khan. And then today, what do we see? This dramatic arrest of Imran Khan by the Rangers there in Islamabad, as Imran Khan was signing those bail application papers. On the bottom right hand side corner, you can see those pictures that came in earlier this afternoon, where Imran Khan could clearly be seen signing on the bail documents. There were about 7 bail applications that he was appearing for in the Islamabad High Court, and it is at this juncture, while he was inside signing those papers, outside, what did we see? The Pakistan Rangers trying to make their way inside the Islamabad High Court premises. The pictures on the right hand side top corner of the Rangers trying to make their way inside when the personnel, the High Court guards, in fact, prevented them from entry, saying they do not have permission. That is when the situation, in fact, seems to have deteriorated, where the Rangers are believed to have used force. Waqas Azim is now joining us with more details. Waqas, what's the situation like on the ground at the moment? Because the Islamabad police says the situation remains normal, but the PTI has clearly called its supporters, its party workers to come out on the streets.
Well, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf workers and protesters are gathering in different parts of Islamabad and in different cities of Pakistan, especially in Islamabad. We are witnessing that a large number of PTI workers have gathered at Islamabad interchange and at Srinagar highway as well. They are protesting against the arrest of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf chairman and former Prime Minister Imran Khan, who has been taken into custody of NAB today. He has been shifted into NAB Rawalpindi office by the Rangers authorities, and he is being investigated by the NAB authorities. Meanwhile, the federal government has also constituted a medical board to examine the physical health of former Prime Minister Imran Khan, and a report will also be presented in the court of law as well. At the moment, a case is hearing of case is in the Islamabad High Court, where the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf lawyers and the additional Attorney General from the federal government is present in the court, and Chief Justice Islamabad High Court has asked and inquired about the arrest of former Prime Minister Imran Khan, and he has also summoned Inspector General of Police Islamabad's Akbar Nasir Khan. IG Police is in the court, and he has told that NAB has issued a warrant of Imran Khan on 1st of May, and NAB has also asked the Rangers officials and get help from the Rangers to arrest Imran Khan. Imran Khan, he has been arrested from the Islamabad High Court premises today, and IG Islamabad has claimed that situation is under control in Islamabad.
Waqas, also at the moment, what are the PTI workers saying with regards to their protests? Because clearly the security forces last time around in Lahore had said that they had used utmost restraint. This time, do they fear that there will be a massive crackdown if they try to come out and protest? As you're saying, they are already trying to gather in various cities, especially in Islamabad.
Exactly, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf workers are planning a huge protest in different parts of the city here in Islamabad, and already Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf chairman Imran Khan has given a call last night to his workers to be ready for a long march, and according to PTI plan, large protests and gatherings and sit-ins will be held in different parts of the country. So PTI is planning a long march and protest, but the federal government is trying to defuse the situation, which would be not possible for the government although.
Waqas, also, what is this particular case against Imran Khan for which he has been arrested under the National Accountability Bureau? And at the moment, where is he? Where has he been taken?
Imran Khan has been shifted to NAB Rawalpindi office, which is situated in Islamabad. Imran Khan has been arrested in Al-Qadir University Trust case, and the case was registered by the NAB in 2019, the former Prime Minister Imran Khan and his wife Bushra Bibi established a university, Al-Qadir University in Jhelum, where a 458 canals of land was transferred from a business tycoon to the trust of university. The trustees of the university comprises on Imran Khan, his wife Bushra Bibi, Faragogi, which is the friend of Bushra Bibi, and Zulfi Bukhari, who is also a close friend of Imran Khan. The land, according to the NAB, was transferred illegally, and that's why the NAB is trying to investigate Imran Khan. Earlier, he has been issued many notices, but Imran Khan never appeared in any court of law in this particular case.
Also, Waqas, we understand that the Islamabad High Court Chief Justice is extremely upset with the manner in which the Rangers entered the premises. They had no permission to do so. What are we hearing on that count? Because he had asked the Islamabad Police Chief, I understand, to appear before the court within 15 minutes.
Exactly. Chief Justice Islamabad High Court has asked the Islamabad Inspector General Police to present a complete and comprehensive report about the arrest of Imran Khan, and he looks upset, and he has remarks that Imran Khan has been arrested from the premises of Islamabad High Court. But the Additional Attorney General of Pakistan has submitted that Imran Khan was was not in the premises of Islamabad High Court, but he was in an office of Islamabad High Court, which is not the premises of courtroom. So the case is still being heard by the Chief Justice of Islamabad High Court.
Also, Waqas, we are getting some pictures now, which we are playing out, where we can see some protesters or supporters of Imran Khan having already gathered. We can see some protests that are taking place currently. Can you help us understand where these protests are happening? How is the security tackling these protests, and what particularly are they saying about Imran Khan's arrest now?
Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf workers have gathered at different parts of the Islamabad and Rawalpindi. The main protest is underway at the Faizabad interchange and at the Murray Road of Rawalpindi. And some protesters are also gathered at the Srinagar highway of Islamabad, where they are chanting slogans against the central government, and they are demanding to release Imran Khan. And they are of the point of view that Imran Khan has been illegally arrested by the NAB, and they are also blaming the military and paramilitary forces of Pakistan and the establishment of Pakistan as well.
And I understand that Section 144 is in place. What does that mean?
Yes, Islamabad police has imposed Section 144 in Islamabad, where all the gatherings, political rallies and jalsas are not allowed in the city, and the Inspector General of Police has asked all the political parties not to gather at any point and do not violate the Section 144. Otherwise, the strict action will be taken against the violators.
All right, Waqas Azim, they're getting us all those details there. PTI supporters, party workers have already started gathering in some parts of the country, specifically more so in Islamabad, though Section 144, which is prohibitory orders, are already in place. But the party workers out in full swing there because their party chief Imran Khan has been arrested in the most dramatic manner from the Islamabad High Court premises today, which has in fact even invited the anger of the High Court Chief Justice, who has asked the Islamabad Police Chief to present a report within today so that he knows exactly what transpired, because the Rangers had no permission to enter the High Court premises, but they did, and the allegation is that they used force as well. You could see shards of glass lying around as they tried to break the windows and enter the High Court premises to arrest Imran Khan there. The aftermath of that is that party workers, the PTI workers, are out on the streets now, are protesting the arrest of Imran Khan in a corruption case which is under the National Accountability Bureau. Right now, Imran Khan is believed to be at the NAB office in Rawalpindi. We'll keep getting you the latest from Pakistan, but right now we're taking a very quick break.
In the global Quality rankings by Times Higher Education UK. Only
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, and most importantly, no lies. Our lead story tonight. Big international story. India is closely watching it. News that informs and inspires.
The news with Sonia Singh. Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. only on NDTV 24/7.
The only side we're on is yours.
Gadgets 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs. Gadget 360, get it up. Gadgets 360, Gadgets Love. You too can get some gadget love with buying guides, expert reviews, and all the latest news on Gadgets 360.
20 years since we started, this music has been with you. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track. Log on to ndtv.com/best of NDTV. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense paid holiday for two. NDTV 24/7 20th year celebration.
Debates are essential not just for journalism but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter-opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 23 years old, but young at 23.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया।
Let us begin with fun. In a deeply polarized world, where space for disagreement is shrinking, where take it or leave it defines discourse, we take a step back. A debate has many facets, perhaps no one right answer. Left, right and center, conversations that get to the core of the debate. Left, right and center with me, Vishnu Shom, 9 p.m. on NDTV 24/7.
20 years since we started, this music has been with you, playing in your homes, at work, and in your car. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Calling all music buffs from across India to let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track for the world to hear. Log on to ndtv.com/best of NDTV to access the original track. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense paid holiday for two to the luxurious
Some information that is coming in. A female cheetah, Daksha, brought from South Africa, has died in the Kuno National Park. This is the third death so far. That is what the Madhya Pradesh Chief Conservator of Forest, J.S. Chauhan, has in fact put out as per the information that we are receiving. This is the third fatality in around 40 days. This is the third cheetah that has died in the Kuno National Park within the last 3 months. Earlier on, Sasha, 6-year-old female from Namibia, became ill in late January. Her blood results had indicated that she had chronic renal insufficiency. She later died in March. Moving on now to some political news. On a mission to unite like-minded opposition parties to cobble up a grand opposition alliance against the BJP ahead of the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar met his Odisha counterpart and Biju Janata Dal chief Naveen Patnaik in Bhubaneswar. Interestingly, Naveen Patnaik said that there was no talk over alliance. Nitish Kumar, along with his deputy and RJD leader Tejasvi Yadav, was in fact recently had held a meeting with West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee as well in Kolkata, who herself had met Naveen Patnaik a few days before that. Nitish Kumar was also, in fact, he has also met NCP Chief Sharad Pawar and Shiv Sena Chief Uddhav Thackeray in Mumbai on Thursday.
पॉलिटिकल डिस्कशन है, हम लोग का तो पुराना रिश्ता है। आप सब पॉलिटिकल बात की चिंता मत करिए। हम लोगों का संबंध से इतना ज्यादा है कि पॉलिटिकल बात सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है। हम लोगों का आपस में जो संबंध है वो बिल्कुल ही आपस का बहुत अच्छा संबंध है, इसलिए बाकी लोगों के साथ तुलना में मत रखिए।
Ours is an old friendship, as I've said, and we've also been colleagues many years ago. No discussions were held about any alliances today.
Now let's turn our attention to Rajasthan, where Sachin piloted an all-out attack against his rival. Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot said that his leaders seem to be BJP's Vasundhara Raje, not Sonia Gandhi. The comment comes days after Ashok Gehlot's shocking remark that Vasundhara Raje and BJP MLAs helped save his government during a rebel crisis in 2020. At a rally in Dholpur, the Chief Minister had claimed that Vasundhara Raje and two other BJP leaders helped save his government, and money was offered to MLAs to switch to the BJP and topple his government. Sachin Pilot also announced a Jan Sangharsh Yatra from Ajmer to Jaipur to highlight corruption and youth-related issues. In more embarrassment coming in for the Congress months before Rajasthan goes in for crucial elections.
सामान्य मुख्यमंत्री जी का भाषण परसों धौलपुर में हुआ और उस भाषण को सुनने के बाद मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि सामान्य मुख्यमंत्री जी की नेता आदरणीय श्रीमती सोनिया गांधी जी नहीं है, बल्कि उनकी नेता वसुंधरा राजे सिंधिया जी हैं। उनकी नेता सोनिया गांधी जी नहीं हैं, बल्कि उनकी नेता वसुंधरा राजे सिंधिया जी हैं। एक तरफ ये कहा जा रहा है कि हमारी सरकार को गिराने का काम भाजपा कर रही थी, दूसरी तरफ कहा जाता है कि सरकार को बचाने का काम वसुंधरा जी कर रही थी। तो ये जो विरोधाभास है इसको समझाना चाहिए। आप कहना क्या चाह रहे हैं ये स्पष्ट कर देना चाहिए।
जिनमें लोन माफ कर दिया, कोऑपरेटिव बैंक का, भूमि विकास बैंक का, सब कर दिया। राष्ट्रीयकृत बैंकों का ये प्रधानमंत्री जी और एनडीए गवर्नमेंट साथ नहीं दे रही है। हमने उनको भी कहा वन टाइम सेटलमेंट करो और किसानों के हित में हिस्सा आएगा वो हम सरकार भरेगी। और हम क्या कर सकते हैं, बड़े बड़े इंडस्ट्रीज के पैसे वन टाइम सेटलमेंट होते हैं, करोड़ों रुपए होते हैं, ये तो लाखों में है। वो लोग परवाह नहीं कर रहे हमारी, तो हम तो अपना काम कर रहे हैं, जनता बहुत खुश है।
Let's turn our attention now to some other stories. Delhi Saket Court has directed framing of charges against accused Aftab Poonawalla under Section 302, that is murder, and 201, disappearance of evidence of the Indian Penal Code, that's IPC. Aftab Poonawalla accused of strangling his live-in partner Shraddha Walkar and then chopping her body into 35 pieces. The case came to light on 18th of May 2022 after a period of almost 6 months. The SP in fact submitted. Thereafter, an FIR was registered and the accused Aftab Poonawalla was arrested. During the investigation, there was a recovery of bones, jaws and other evidence. The DNA of the bones and jaws matched that of Shraddha's father. Vedant is now joining us with more details. Vedanta, clearly this was coming, but the Delhi police have a watertight case against Aftab Poonawalla?
Well, absolutely, from the Delhi court's hearing today, because the Delhi court has very clearly said that prima facie it appears to be a case of murder and has also charged Aftab Poonawalla with both murder and destruction of evidence. Now, remember, the trial proceedings will be beginning from the 1st of June. Today, Aftab Poonawalla and his lawyers, we reached out to them and they said that they deny all charges against Aftab Poonawalla, saying that they are ready for trial. Now, remember, earlier, Shraddha Walkar's father had demanded this case to be fast-tracked, given the fact that they need to perform the last rites based on tradition. And Shraddha Walkar's father had also said that he'll go on an indefinite hunger strike if the case is not fast-tracked. So now the trial will begin from the 1st of June. And as far as, the evidence is concerned, the Delhi police had filed an over 6,000 page charge sheet, which had statements from over 150 people, and of course forensic evidence, key forensic evidence, including bones and a severed jaw and a head that was recovered, which matched with Shraddha Balkar's father's DNA. So key forensic evidence is also there, and at the same time, CCTV footage that shows Aftab disposing of Shraddha Balkar's body parts, and that footage is also there with the police. Of course, the police has a watertight case that can stand the test of law in court, and today Aftab Poonawalla charged with murder, and now the trial will begin on the 1st of June now.
All right, Vedant, getting us all those details there in the Shraddha Balkar murder case. Taking a very quick break now. News and updates will continue. Stay with us.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, and most importantly, no lies. Our lead story tonight. Big international story. India is closely watching it. News that informs and inspires.
The news with Sonia Singh. Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. only on NDTV 24/7.
The only side we're on is yours.
Gadgets 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs. Gadget 360, here's it up. Gadgets 360, Gadgets Love. You too can get some gadget love with buying guides, expert reviews, and all the latest news on Gadgets 360.
20 years since we started, this music has been with you. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track. Log on to ndtv.com/best of NDTV. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense paid holiday for two. NDTV 24/7 20th year celebration.
Debates are essential not just for journalism but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter-opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 23 years old, but young at 23.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया.
Let us begin the big fight. In a deeply polarized world, where space for disagreement is shrinking, where take it or leave it defines discourse, we take a step back. A debate has many facets, perhaps no one right answer. Left, right and center, conversations that get to the core of the debate. Left, right and center with me, Vishnu Shom, 9 p.m. on NDTV 24/7.
20 years since we started, this music has been with you, playing in your homes, at work, and in your car. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Calling all music buffs from across India to let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track for the world to hear. Log on to ndtv.com/best of NDTV to access the original track. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense paid holiday for two to the luxurious Alida Fort, Bishangarh, Rajasthan. NDTV 24/7 20th year celebrations.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, and most importantly, no lies. Our lead story tonight. Big international story. India is closely watching it. News that
Welcome to Let's Talk Business. Now, equity benchmarks ended with little change amidst a volatile session. PSU banks and realty stocks declined, while IT, auto and pharma shares advanced. Sensex closed 3 points higher at 61,761, while Nifty declined 2 points to end at 18,265. Neeraj Shah with the wrap of all the market action. Neeraj.
Interesting day of trade today, a flattish outing and much on anticipated lines because the global markets were trading a bit flat for a better part of the trading day today, as well as the US markets were flattish yesterday. So no great cues. Market is waiting for the US inflation data to come out, and until then I didn't expect too much in terms of fireworks. But there has been select traction into specific pockets, which we will talk about. The point to keep in mind is that we are not seeing very large volumes on any of the major movers. So stocks are moving up, except for some newsmakers, on fairly low volumes and still either getting marked up or marked down, which is the interesting piece. So now, if you look at the larger caps, right, banking did okay. Stocks like IndusInd Bank, Axis Bank, etc., which were all doing fine. There was strength in HDFC, relatively speaking, in a flat day, which is what led the markets to stay stable, despite the fact that not all stocks were gaining in the session today. There was a set of losers which were pulling the market lower, and especially at the larger end of the spectrum, the Sensex or the Nifty, there were weakness in certain FMCG names. ITC, a big heavyweight, was down about 1.7%. There was weakness in Bajaj Finance, yesterday's key gainer, flattish to marginally lower, 1.5% odd in the session today. And select other heavyweight banking names, the like of ICICI and Kotak, also corrected. But the real action, as has been the case in the last few days, was at the broader end of the spectrum. You saw some result reactions, and stark ones at that, happening in the session. So there was a Birlasoft which went up 7-8%, Mahanagar Gas 7-8%, in fact First Source Solutions up about 10%. So there was some fair degree of names at the result end which reacted quite strongly to either the results or the kind of news flow that came about on those stocks. Pharma, except for Divi's Lab, took a bit of a pause. You didn't see too many pharma names, the likes of Laurus or Metropolis, etc., really shine in trade, so that was the problem. Then to specific newsmakers, Indiabulls Real Estate, there was a hope that the NCLT bench would give permission for the merger of Indiabulls into Embassy. That was withheld, and the stock took a slam dunk midway through trade, ended the day nearly 20% lower. The post average pricing might have been different, but it was down about 20%. Zomato is seeing some serious pressure after Invesco lowered the valuation of Swiggy. Invesco, the global fund, lowered the valuation of Swiggy in its portfolio, primarily I reckon because of this whole ONDC effect. So while Zomato went up all the way to 66, today it closed the day nearly about 60 rupees, and a sharp pullback that we saw in that stock as well. Not the best of result or expectations for QSR companies like Westlife, and that stock too corrected a bit in the session. So it was a day of even Stevens, losers and gainers. By and large, a flat day, markets waiting for cues from the US inflation data before deciding the course further. Back to you.
Well, many thanks, Neeraj. And with a gradually stabilizing market, Kotak Mahindra, MF's Harish Krishnan talks about how he expects the stock market to perform going forward. Listen in.
I think India really stands out as an outlier in terms of the productivity gains that we've seen over the course of the last 5-7 years. And to me, therefore, it suggests more the longevity of the growth cycle. It may still be a shallower growth cycle compared to what we, should possibly, which is our potential growth. But can it be a lot longer growth cycle? I think that is what the productivity gains led growth in terms of reforms, be it in terms of our digital stack, be it in terms of the various initiatives and supply side measures that have been taken. All of them point out that while the growth might be lower, but it might possibly last a lot longer. And I think in an environment which is fragile, I think the stability aspect actually scores quite well. With respect to markets being exuberant or otherwise, I think the froth that we witnessed say about a couple of years ago is kind of damped down quite meaningfully. And so if we were to look at a simple yardstick of say our GDP share, for example, as a percentage of the world economy is close to about 3.3, 3.4%, and our market cap share is about 3.1%. So it doesn't really point out to something, very stark out there. But yes, within that, of course, there are some pockets which are overvalued, some pockets which are undervalued, etc. But I think it is important to keep the bigger picture in context that it's going to be a shallower growth, but hopefully a longer growth cycle this time around.
Let's move on now. Mankind Pharma made a stellar debut on Dalal Street today, listing at the premium of 20.37% over the IPO share price. Shares of the company listed at 1,300 rupees a piece. The pharma company's IPO was subscribed 15.32 times. Moreover, Macquarie has initiated an outperform rating on Mankind Pharma, setting a target price of 1,400 rupees. According to the research firm, the company's net profit could double in the next 3 years. Macquarie expects continued sale outperformance by the company. Now, shares of UPL fell nearly 3% today after the company reported a decline in its net profit. UPL's gross margin also contracted 900 basis points to 40.7% during the period. Analysts have expressed concern over the company's earnings. This after the agriculture solutions provider suffered an inventory loss worth 1,240 crore rupees during the quarter ended March 31st. My colleague Neeraj spoke with Mike Frank of UPL about the company's Q4 performance. Listen in.
Q4 was definitely an unusual quarter, and it played out differently than we anticipated at the start of the quarter. And I think, it was precipitated by the post-COVID surge in production coming out of China, particularly for post-patent crop protection products. And what we saw happen was, as the prices and the supply out of China went up, ordering at distribution level actually went down because prices started to come down out of China. And so that played out through really the second half of the fourth quarter. So we took a number of actions. Firstly, we continue to compete very aggressively for shelf space. And in every region, with the exception of North America, we saw a nice growth in quarter four from a revenue standpoint. The U.S. was more challenging. I would say the overall spring season was delayed, and so that impacted the product sales to growers, which impacted our ability to resupply distribution channels in the fourth quarter. Now, in addition to that, because we did see what was happening in China, we also took our own decisions to really de-inventory all of our high-priced inventory. We even slowed down and idled some capacity so that we could really manage working capital and make sure that we had the right amount of inventory coming out of year end. And so we're very pleased with the fact that we've ended the year with a really good inventory position. It's the right amount of inventory and it's well priced to compete going forward. But of course, those other aspects did impact our overall profitability in Q4.
Now, India has been buying cheaper Russian crude since the Ukraine conflict began. The objective was to make it easier for the consumer. But there are now allegations that two Gujarat-based private refiners have taken undue advantage of the higher Russian imports by selling refined products not domestically but to other countries. BQ Prime has this report.
Over the past year, India's stance on Russian crude has been the subject of debate in many parts of the world, particularly in Europe and the US. After the onset of the war in Ukraine, when the US and European Union placed sanctions on Russian oil, India bolstered its imports. In March this year, imports of crude from Russia had risen to nearly 34% of overall imports, up from less than 1% in February last year. Cheaper oil is beneficial for India, which imports most of its crude. Lower prices of imports usually translate to lower prices at the fuel pump, and that has a bearing on inflation. That is India's justification for buying cheaper crude from Russia, with ministers going on record to say that the government will do what it needs to do in the best interests of the people. In that context, the allegation of profiteering by two mysterious Gujarat-based refiners is explosive. In a letter to the External Affairs Minister, Member of Parliament in the Rajya Sabha, Jawahar Sirkar, has alleged that two unknown Gujarat-based refiners have been using cheaper Russian oil imports to make products that were shipped out at much higher rates to other countries, particularly in Europe. The MP did not name the two refiners but sought the Foreign Minister's attention on the issue. He alleged that such a vast operation involving Indo-Russian relations could not have taken place without official patronage and assistance, and also claimed that his previous letter to the Petroleum Minister seeking an answer to the same query has remained unanswered for more than a month. Finally, Sirkar has questioned why prices of petrol and diesel remain unchanged despite the higher imports of cheap Russian oil. For now, there is no official response. Bureau Report, BQ Prime.
Now, fintech giant Razorpay has started the process to move its domicile back to India from the US. This comes as the company targets an initial public offering. Interestingly, Razorpay is the second company to move its domicile after PhonePe. But why are companies moving base even when they have to shell out a large sum in taxes? Rishabh Bhatnagar is here with the details. Rishabh.
Right, so Razorpay has confirmed that it will be shifting its base back to India. Now, this can be interpreted as a move ahead of an eventual IPO for the company in India, and also due to RBI's data storage norms for payment providers. Fintechs such as Razorpay are required to comply by storing their data in India where they do business instead of using on-cloud services that are hosted internationally. Now, Razorpay's domicile move comes months after PhonePe's, which also moved from Singapore to India and had to shell out a large sum of tax, about 8,000 crore rupees in the process. Why companies like this shifted to outside of India in the first place is primarily because of easier access to capital. Now, these developments are also interesting because the government has put emphasis on getting Indian startups and unicorns back on shore by pushing Gift City in Ahmedabad as a possible alternate destination. In March, the International Financial Services Centers Authority, which is a government-backed body, set up an expert committee that included Zerodha's Nikhil Kamath to get Indian startups to return to India. In fact, the Economic Survey of 2023 also spoke about the importance of this reverse flipping phenomena and suggested ways to incentivize companies by simplifying tax laws and procedures for capital flows.
Now, Happiest Minds Technologies clocked tepid growth in the March quarter. This as profits remained flat and missed estimates. Revenue of the IT services firm rose 2.94% over the previous 3 months. Margins too took a hit. Nonetheless, the company has pegged FY24 guidance at 25%. We spoke to Happiest Minds MD and CFO Venkatraman Narayanan about the plan ahead. Listen in.
See, while everybody expects us to be in line with the industry, there are also company-specific factors. We are not a $10 billion, $20 billion corporation. And when they talk about 10% revenues, we are talking about adding $2 billion to their top line, and which means that's equal to 10 Happiest Minds. So we are at we closed about 177 million. We are humble about it. And what we did is looked at our own kind of business that we are doing. And let me just caveat that we were fortunate, Tushar, to be a great deal. 21, 22, when COVID happened, we were fortunate that we didn't have so much of exposure to the travel and tourism, hospitality, vertical. We had 0.5%. It was not by design, but that was it was what it was at that point in time. And in 23, we got, because of our high offshore element, we got quite a good headwind or tailwind from the currency standpoint, and we didn't have any Eastern European operations. So there again, we were lucky. Now, in the current year, BFSI is about 10.5% for us, and this is not the traditional, BFSI segment work which the biggies do today. And so to that extent, when BFSI cracked in the last quarter in the US, we were not so much affected. So if you look at it, other than the segment in the market, when you look at the specifics, we were not affected. And like Joseph mentioned, the sentiment has an effect on people reprioritizing, should we wait for a couple of months to see how things pan out? And that's what happened in Q4. Then they quickly came back and said, we have to get back to doing things what we had planned out. And that's how the budgets got released. And we are looking at a decent Q1 and a good base for the next year, Q1 and the next year.
All right, that's it then in Let's Talk Business. Taking a very quick break now. News and updates will continue. Stay with us.
ये है Hellenic.
Gadget 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs. Gadget 360, Gadget Love. Gadget 360, Gadgets Love. You too can get some gadget love with my guides, expert reviews, and all the latest news on Gadget 360.
20 years since we started, this music has been with you. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track. Log on to ndtv.com/best of NDTV. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense paid holiday for two. NDTV 24/7 20th year celebration.
Debates are essential not just for journalism but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter-opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 23 years old, but young at 23.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया.
Let us begin with fun. In a deeply polarized world, where space for disagreement is shrinking, where take it or leave it defines discourse, we take a step back. A debate has many facets, perhaps no one right answer. Left, right and center, conversations that get to the core of the debate. Left, right and center with me, Vishnu Shom, 9 p.m. on NDTV 24/7.
20 years since we started, this music has been with you, playing in your homes, at work, and in your car. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Calling all music buffs from across India to let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track for the world to hear. Log on to ndtv.com/best of NDTV to access the original track. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense paid holiday for two to the luxurious Alila Fort, Bishangarh, Rajasthan. NDTV 24/7 20th year celebrations.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, and most importantly, no lies. Our lead story tonight. Big international story. India is closely watching it. News that informs and inspires.
The news with Sonia Singh. Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. only on NDTV 24/7.
The only side we're on is yours.
Gadget 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs. Gadget 360, Gadget Love. Gadget 360, Gadgets Love. You too can get some gadget love with my guides, expert reviews, and all the latest news on Gadget 360.
20 years.
Welcome back. Russian President Vladimir Putin addressed the Victory Day parade in Red Square, saying that a real war had been unleashed against Russia. Putin was making a reference to what Moscow calls the special military operation in Ukraine. President Vladimir Putin has told Moscow's Victory Day parade that the world is at a turning point as some events around the country are scaled back due to security concerns. Well, in Israel's Foreign Minister Eli Cohen cut short his 3-day India trip and will return to his country after he received a security update. He arrived in New Delhi on Tuesday morning, and that is today, and was in India, expected to be in India rather, for 3 days. In a tweet, Ali Kohn said, "I landed a short time ago in New Delhi, the capital of India, and immediately upon landing I received a security update. In light of the events in Israel, I decided to cut short the diplomatic visit to India and return to Israel after my meeting with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi that will take place today." Now that the meetings have in fact taken place, and the meeting with S. Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister, his counterpart here in India, and the visit to the Teen Murti Haifa Chowk as well. The latest reports from Tel Aviv said that Israel has launched a major military offensive targeting some militants in Gaza Strip. Local reports mentioned at least 12 Palestinians, including 3 commanders of Islamic Jihad, have been killed in the airstrikes. With that, I'm now handing it over to my colleague Osama for all the very latest in sports.
In yet another last over thriller, Kolkata beat Punjab by 5 wickets to keep KKR's hopes of reaching the playoffs alive. Here's the report. Punjab started on the front foot in a match where 2 points were crucial for both the teams. But 2 quick wickets by Harshit Rana gets Kolkata right back in the match. Spin duo of Varun Chakravarti and Suyash Sharma, who have been the highlights of a dismal season for KKR, tried to stop the flow of runs. The KKR spinners came to the party and choked Punjab, sharing 5 wickets between them for 88 runs. Varun Chakravarti, the pick of the bowlers, with 3 scalps. Punjab managed to reach 179 after a late rescue act by Shah Rukh Khan and Harpreet Brar. Just like Punjab, KKR batters raced off to a quick start, courtesy some power hitting by Jason Roy and Gurbaz.
She was well bowled, but somehow Gurbaz just muscled.
Punjab got rid of the KKR openers in quick time.
Fielder there, this could...
Venkatesh Iyer and Nitish Rana steadied the run chase for Kolkata, but they fell in quick succession just when KKR looked on track to a comfortable chase. But in came Rinku Singh and Andre Russell and smoked the Punjab bowlers out of the park. Russell turned the clock back and pummeled Punjab, who have been poor in the death overs, and get KKR over the line in a must-win game. With 2 needed of the last ball, it was Rinku Singh again who smacked Arshdeep to win it in style for KKR, keeping them alive in the tournament. And here is how the league table looks like. Kolkata with that win move up to 5th in the table and keep their chances of reaching the playoffs very much alive. Punjab with a win could have moved up to 2nd in the table, but they stay 7th. With 5 teams on 10 points, it will be a fight till the very end. And a clash to break into top 4. It will be Mumbai up against Bangalore at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. While Mumbai have been on a winning spree of late, it is Rohit Sharma's lack of form that is a big worry for the team in blue. On the other hand, despite having scored runs in this year's IPL, Virat Kohli has been criticized for his strike rate. It was Bangalore that cruised to a comfortable victory last time when these 2 teams met. Will Bangalore do a double on Mumbai, or will Mumbai's juggernaut continue? This match starts at 7:30 p.m. tonight. And Argentina and Paris Saint-Germain star Lionel Messi won a unique double, landing individual awards and a team award at the Laureus World Sports Award 2023. This award celebrates the best of sport and recognizes some of the greatest athletes of all time. This was held in Paris last night. And after a year in which the greatest footballer of his generation finally added the FIFA World Cup to his CV, was also the winner of the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player, Messi took to the stage twice to receive the Laureus World Team of the Year award on behalf of the Argentina men's football team and to claim his 2nd Laureus World Sportsman of the Year award. Remember, he shared that prize with Lewis Hamilton in 2020. Messi has spent his career making sporting history and continues to do so. He became the first athlete to win the Laureus World Sportsman of the Year award and Laureus World Team of the Year award in the same year. Now, some of the other notable winners were Fraser Price. She won the Laureus Sportswoman of the Year award. This was her 6th nomination for the Laureus World Sportswoman of the Year award and her first win at these awards. Denmark and Manchester United star Christian Eriksen, who won the Comeback of the Year award, the courageous Denmark and Manchester United star, he won that award. Remember, this victory for Christian Eriksen comes after recovering from cardiac arrest, which he suffered at the Euro 2020, to returning to the Premier League football, which is considered the toughest league in the world. We'll keep getting you more from the world of sports. Keep watching NDTV.
Dadu.
Debates are essential not just for journalism but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter-opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 23 years old, but young at 23.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया.
Let us begin with fun. In a deeply polarized world, where space for disagreement is shrinking, where take it or leave it defines discourse, we take a step back. A debate has many facets, perhaps no one right answer. Left, right and center, conversations that get to the core of the debate. Left, right and center with me, Vishnu Shom, 9 p.m. on NDTV 24/7.
Since we started, this music has been with you, playing in your homes, at work, and in your car. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Calling all music buffs from across India to let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track for the world to hear. Log on to ndtv.com/bestofndtv to access the original track. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense paid holiday for two to the luxurious Alila Fort, Bishangar, Rajasthan. NDTV 24/7. 20th year celebrations.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, and most importantly, no lies. Our lead story tonight. Big international story. India is closely watching it. News that informs and inspires.
The news with Sonia Singh, Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. only on NDTV 24/7.
The only side we're on is yours.
Gadgets 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs. Gadget 360, Gadget Love. Gadgets 360, Gadgets Love. You too can get some gadget love with buying guides, expert reviews, and all the latest news on Gadgets 360.
20 years since we started, this music has been with you. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track. Log on to ndtv.com/bestofndtv. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense paid holiday for two. NDTV 24/7. 20th year celebration.
Debates are essential not just for journalism but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter-opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 23 years old, but young at 23.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया.
Let us begin with fun. In a deeply polarized world, where space for disagreement is shrinking, where take it or leave it defines discourse, we take a step back. A debate has many facets, perhaps no one right answer. Left, right and center.
Good evening. The former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, has been arrested. It happened in a dramatic manner at the premises of the Islamabad High Court, with Pakistani Rangers, that's a paramilitary force, forcibly entering and then arresting Imran, damaging a building, getting inside, dragging him out, pushing him, shoving him into a car and taking him away. His lawyer has been assaulted as well by the paramilitary police and has received medical attention. Imran's party leaders have alleged that the Rangers did all of this to him. He's been arrested in the Qadir Trust case, which concerns allegations that a township called Baharia allotted land worth 530 million Pakistani rupees to the Al Qadir Trust, which is owned by the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf chairperson and his wife, is what the Dawn in Pakistan has reported. Islamabad police have tweeted that the situation is now normal, but there has been this video showing a swarm of paramilitary personnel surrounding Imran, whisking him away to a vehicle that has gone viral on social media. Imran, his party has also shared the video saying that he was badly pushed around. Earlier, the Islamabad High Court's Chief Justice Amir Farooq directed the Islamabad Police Chief, the Interior Ministry Secretary and the Additional Attorney General to appear before him, or else, if necessary, he would summon the Prime Minister if there wasn't a suitable explanation on how something like this could have taken place. There have been several reactions which have come in, including from those who support Imran and those who oppose him. Shahbaz Sharif saying, "I have no doubt that white lies, misrepresentations, statements and vicious attacks on institutions are the introduction of your politics." That's a hard message to Imran Khan. "Your attitude is like bending the judiciary to your whims, and law does not apply to me. In my tweet about you, I wrote, based on what you had proved by the concrete facts of the last few years, I ask you to conquer this. After losing power, it has been your policy to defame the Pakistan Army as an institution again and again. Even before the Wazirabad incident, aren't you continuing to slander the army, the intelligence agencies and their leadership?" Fawad Chaudhary, meanwhile, a supporter of Imran Khan, says the former Prime Minister has been abducted from the court premises. Scores of lawyers and general people have been tortured. Imran Khan has been whisked away by unknown people to an unknown location. The Chief Justice of the Islamabad High Court has ordered the Secretary of Interior and the IG Police to appear within 15 minutes. That was some time back. He has been arrested, as I mentioned, in the Qadir Trust case. Remember, Imran Khan is in the middle of a pitched battle, as it were, with the Pakistan Army, which is the dominant establishment in that country. He's been calling for fresh elections. He said that the reasons why he was thrown out of power were invalid, that there was American pressure, as a result of which he lost that no confidence motion. At this stage, however, Imran Khan is behind bars, but not after, in the recent past, holding mass processions across Pakistan, in one of which he was shot in the leg quite badly. But he has been up and about at a time, however, when there have been multiple allegations of corruption against him. And it was in response to one of these allegations that he went to the High Court. The police have been trying to arrest him for a while. He's been managing to avoid that arrest, but today they forcibly came and grabbed him. Let me just go across to my colleague Maha Siddiqui, who joins us now for more on this. Maha, is this the major case against Imran, or one among many?
Vishnu, this is a particular case with regards to corruption, and the National Accountability Bureau, under which he has been arrested and taken now to their office in Rawalpindi, ostensibly is one agency that deals with corruption. But the fact here remains that the NAB itself has been accused of treating their detainees badly, and also since it was established in 1999 through an ordinance at that time, time with Pervez Musharraf at the helm of affairs. The NAB itself has been accused of not trying any of the army personnel in cases of corruption, but it is largely reserved for the others in the country. And today Imran Khan in a very dramatic manner was in fact taken into custody there by the Rangers in this National Accountability Bureau case that pertains to land transfer to a trust, and the main person of the trust being Imran Khan himself, ostensibly or allegedly rather, and his wife Bushra Bibi. Now these were the dramatic visuals that unfolded today as the Rangers forcibly made their way inside the premises of the High Court. The Islamabad High Court Chief Justice has taken this really badly. In fact, he has asked for a report from the Islamabad police. He asked for the report by today day close, saying that they should explain what exactly happened, why Rangers moved in forcibly into the premises of the High Court and then took Imran Khan into custody. There you can just see a whole range of hard helmets there of the Rangers surrounding Imran Khan. These are the visuals from earlier on when Imran Khan was sitting inside signing the bail papers. This was with regards to at least 7 other cases, Vishnu, for which he was inside the court premises signing those papers. These are those pictures there. Simultaneously, while this was happening, outside, the Pakistani Rangers were trying to make their way inside the Islamabad High Court and arrest him. They did not have permission, and therefore what we saw were chaotic scenes breaking out of them having broken some of the windows as well, and then taking him into custody there and taking him in a vehicle. Fawad Chaudhry, a close aide of his, tweeted, or rather spoke to the media, saying that his entire car and cavalcade was surrounded by Rangers and then he was whisked away. They alleged that this was pretty much like kidnapping him and taking him away. We know at this point that he is in the NAB office in Rawalpindi, and his supporters, his party workers, are out on the streets protesting. Though in Islamabad itself, these are the pictures that are coming in. Section 144, which is prohibitory orders, are in place, which means that a large gathering is not allowed. This particularly keeping in mind what we had seen earlier on in Lahore, where his supporters prevented the police from arresting Imran Khan. Today, now, his supporters, after that arrest, out on the streets there protesting. But how will it pan out from here on? That is something that remains to be seen, clearly, because he has taken on the all-powerful army now in Pakistan. Vishnu.
All right, thanks, Maha, very much for sharing those details with us. We'll be tracking that story very, very closely. Huge ramifications in Pakistan. The latest bout of instability in that country, some would suggest the word anarchy as far as politics in that country is concerned.